corrida aqui no concorrente a game do ano, The Outer Worlds. O game tá de graça aí no Game Pass. Novo jogo. Vamos de normal, né? Nunca joguei ele. Bastante cara de Fallout isso aqui, né? Todo mundo falando bem do jogo.
Why stay earthbound when prosperity awaits you in the stars? Come to Halcyon, the only colony on the edge of the frontier, owned and operated by corporations. A trip of 10 short years will feel like mere minutes, thanks to the comfort and safety of your very own hibernation chamber. You'll wake up in a perfect society designed to maximize your productivity, with guaranteed full employment. With only a minor term of service, you will become the master of your own destiny when you go out of this world to the Halcyon colony.
Phineas Vernon Wells.
Hundreds of thousands of colonists left adrift out here forever, just to keep from damaging the board's bottom line. Disgraceful.
Não entendi. Eu só posso escolher um aqui? Como é que é?
A pickpocket par excellence. Nerve damage in your extremities. Quick on the draw.
Ah, tá. Eu tenho algo que eu posso... Um tanto aqui que eu posso melhorar. Ah, então posso deixar tudo bom então, em vez de mediano. Tirar um pouco de charme. Vou colocar aqui na força. Achei mais objetivo do que o Fallout.
I hear Monarch's in need of more game hunters.
Esse jogo eu não quero jogar furtivo não. Vamos aqui... Tecnologia. Só posso escolher 2? Será? É, do jeito é só 2. Aptidão, vamos lá. Subsou-chefe.
Can you really compete with a Spacer's Choice frozen dinner? Well, you are technically assisting me.
Ah, não gosto, não tenho paciência pra ficar... Vou colocar aqui meu nome. Tiago. Muito prazer. Avançar, resumo, avançar. Começar o jogo com este personagem? Com certeza. Com certeza.
Looks to be your lucky day, my friend.
Please power down your engines and prepare to be...
Not likely, bootlickers. Initiate skip jump.
Status. Structural integrity down 25%. Power levels down to 90%. If drive is
Shit.
inoperable.
Ah, there you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? Bit of bad news there, I'm afraid. Your colony ship was inexplicably knocked out of skip space and forced to complete its journey at sublight speeds. This means that you and every other colonist on the Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take. Normally, reviving someone after so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's called explosive cell death, but it's really more of a liquefaction. Something wrong? Oh, yes, well, not to worry. I've pumped your body full of a special concoction I devised to keep you from dying so horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see, yes? Unfortunately, I used the last of my chemical supplies saving you. I know it's a lot to ask, but I must have your help securing more if we're to save the rest of your fellow colonists. I'd see it done myself, of course, but the board has a sizable bounty on my head. Now, my ship is inoperative, but I've managed to hire a smuggler to help you out. He'll be... Oh, I see we're in position. Good luck!
Os gráficos estão bem parecidos com os gráficos do Fallout mesmo. Até as artes dos loadings também. Remember the hope. Relembre a esperança.
Can you hear me? Is this thing working? Ah, there you are. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the smuggler. His name is Hawthorne, and he should be waiting for you at the landing site. He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak. Not to worry. I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him, I'm sure. I've also outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. All the colonists are counting on you.
Hawthorne should be close by. What in law's name? Is that him? Oh, that idiot. I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it. Oh well, no sense in letting his ship go to waste.
Ah, conquistinha já?
Hawthorne won't
Nem
mind you
joguei
taking his
ainda.
ship. Better you than the board, huh? Not sure I trusted the fellow. Might have gone after the bounty on my head. Shame about the whole squashing thing. Nasty way to go.
Já tem uma arma aqui? Como é que é? Não entendi, não. Vamos ver aqui, LB... 2A. Ah, tá. Aparentemente ele dá 2 pulos. Ó, os gráficos estão muito bacanas. Tem aquele planeta ali. Aquela estrela, que deve ser o sol daqui. Será que tem mais de um? Aquilo ali deve ser... Agora eu tô em dúvida. Será que a gente tá numa lua daquele planeta ali? Será que a gente é uma lua desse planeta aqui? Será que nós e esse aqui somos uma lua desse aqui? É o mais provável. Vou arrumar meu fone aqui. Bora voltar para gameplay, retomar, bora. Aparentemente alguém morreu aqui. Ok, um stealth aqui pelo jeito? É. Tem um stealthzinho. Ah, tá. Chamei a atenção. Bem devagar, vamos lá. Ninguém tá ligando pra mim. Chamou a atenção um pouco, mas não suficiente para ele vir atrás de mim. Vamos lá. O jeito é... Porra, é
Easy
isso.
now. You've been frozen for a while. There's bound to be unforeseen side effects.
E aparentemente meu personagem estava muito tempo parado. Ai. Barrinha de sangue. Ah, tá. Eu uso isso aqui e eu encho meu sangue.
Hey,
Beleza.
you, come here. You've tried the best now. Now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Oh, law, that stings. Looks like the bleeding stopped. I owe you one. Hope you don't mind me omitting this little exchange from my report. Spacer's Choice doesn't like us accepting outside help. Better, thanks to you. I might have bled out on my own. Or worse, had to go begging the boss for some Adrena time. We were out on patrol. I saw a marauder camp up in the hills. Thought I could take him. Then my gun misfired. Right through my side. I mean, what are the odds of that, right? Just barely scraped by with my life. Crawled in here and blocked off the exit with those canisters. Investigating an illegally grounded ship. All spacecraft must arrive and depart from authorized landing pads. That's board law, that is. Some hull had grounded their spacecraft out in the open. That's a real... See those canisters by the entrance? Marauders come sniffing around in here, and I can take them all out with a single shot. Not bad, huh?
Persuadir, mentir, intimidar. Vamos ver. Um idiota me dê sua arma ou vai acabar se matando. Vamos persuadir, mentir ou intimidar. Vamos...
Yeah, okay.
Persuade.
You look like you know your way around a gun. Got some spare ammo, not counting the bullet in my side. Here, you can have my saber too, for patching me up and all. All Spacer's Choice weapons are now 30% less likely to malfunction. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's Choice. Yes, nailed it that time. You hit your head or something? You're in Emerald Vale. We're a Spacer's Choice community. Edgewater's a little ways down. Prettiest place in the Vale. Be sure to stop by a provisioner's for a can of our famous salt tuna. The Hope? Is that some sort of fancy new drug? Are you with Auntie Cleo or something? Don't take this the wrong way or nothing, but I'm not allowed to fraternize with Cleo workers. Company policy.
Beleza, partiu. Será que tem scope? Tem. Será que eu vou ter que matar aqueles bichos agora? Ué, você quer atirar nisso aqui, será? É bem isso mesmo.
Damn it, my ears! Oh, what just happened? Can you hear me? What in the hell? This...
Pelo jeito tem que apertar o RB quando acontecer essa parada aí. Dá pra matar aqui, hein? Morreu? Vem. Nós. Tomou no coco. Vamos ver o que dá pra roubar dele aqui. Toma. Levou no coco. E o que eles têm no acampamento aqui? Caso sua habilidade não seja alta o suficiente para violar a segurança, você verá a quantidade de gasoas magnéticas ou desvios de que precisa e quanto tempo levará. Certo. Isso aqui é um kitzinho? É o cara que eu matei que eu explodi aqui. Ah, agora eu tenho a gaso. Não, não tenho, só peguei duas, cara. Cara, ah, tem mais aqui, eu acho que se eu explorar eu acho. Peguei mais uma. Vamos lá. 3. Ah, cara, não é possível que não tem. Será que dá pra deixar em terceira pessoa também? Munição, beleza, agora eu tenho munição. Caramba, o cara tava do meu lado, o cara que eu atirei, velho. Só que as coisas ficam até brilhando. Ah tá, isso aqui é tipo uma esquiva, né? Tem que esperar carregar. O RB faz o quê? Ah tá, é pra poder parar o tempo um pouco e acho que é pra poder um cara ruim que nem eu de tiro não errar os tiros. Eu vou na furtividade. Falei que eu não ia jogar na furtividade, né, velho? Meter bala na cabeça mesmo. Caramba, não morre não. Caramba, na cara, velho. Beleza, usei um. Beleza. Vou usar outro então. Mais bala. Será que essa arma desse cara é melhor? Beleza. Vamos lá, vamos pra treta? Se é que vai ter treta, né? Vamos lá. Mas dá pra passar furtivo, é interessante. Deixa eu dar mais de uma forma de jogar. O visual, assim, ele não é muito realista, né, cara? Assim, não é aquele gráfico top de nova geração. Mas isso não quer dizer nada. É apenas um quesito, né? Tem uma história aparentemente bem interessante. Recruta... Não, isso aqui não é inimigo não, pelo jeito.
Where'd you come from? Gall on that rung leech. Landing in the Vale without using an official Spacer's Choice landing pad. I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about.
É só um de pouso, deixa pra lá, foi o que eu vi. Encontrei um dos seus colegas numa caverna. Já lidei com alguns desses saqueadores. Não me impressionaram. Vamos se achar um pouquinho.
You pulling my limb? I mean, yeah, of course. Marauders. Bunch of addle-brained derelicts. I could round them up all by myself. I just, you know, need a couple of winks to catch my breath. Stretch my legs some.
Persuadir, mentir, intimidar. Vamos lá. Ah, tá. O dono da nave aparentemente é a gente. Vamos permanecer na linha de persuadir.
Sometimes. Management's real good at cost-benefit analysis. But, seeing as I'm the acting manager in this situation, you know what? You're right. It's time we cross those marauders off, find whoever owns that ship, and file a full report. Then it's gonna be fucking laminated.
Here we go.
Here we go. Ok, vamos seguir eles pra ir pra treta? Ah, tá. A treta aí vocês, então. Uma flanqueada aqui. Ah, dá pra dar coronhada. Já mataram todo mundo? Pera aí, vamos ver então, né? Aqui. Carne de draconídeo. Aqui é caçador. Vamos ver o que ele tem. Nem sei o que é isso. Cartucho, munição leve. E um sabre. Tá, mas como é que eu faço pra... O que eu faço pra trocar de arma? Um quadrado, esse aqui pula. O que a bola faz? Só agacha. Tá, legal. Eu peguei aquele sabre pra quê? Select faz o quê? Tá, gerenciamento de arma. Tá, agora vamos ver. Ah, poxa, parece ser louco, cara. Ah, defende, ataca. Nossa, vou fazer a festa com isso aqui, velho. Aqui em gerenciamento de novo, só pra ver se essa arma que eu peguei é a mesma porcaria. Não tem nada demais, não. Vamos ver o que tem aqui mais. Missão principal, concluídas, arruinadas. Que seria como se fosse fracassadas. Tem algum traje novo? Esse aqui é o que é o tá, valor de venda, peso. Vendo, condição 100%, condição 100%. E a minha tá 95. Armadura nível 4, essa minha é nível 3. Opa, então bora pôr então, né, mano? Certo, isso aqui são uns itenzinhos, nada demais. Vamos pro decorrer do jogo, vai. Morou. Loadzinho. Beleza.
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder.
Descobri um local de pouso. Beleza. Uma exploradinha mais pra esse lado aqui pra ver o que tem. Vamos logo direto aqui, vai.
Unauthorized access of spacefaring vessels is a crime. Please submit yourself to the authorities. Hello, Murat. Please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted solicitors. Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction. I detect an elevated heart rate, indicating dishonesty. Please prepare yourself for lethal deterrence. Jettison procedures initiated. Disengage in airlocks. Preparing to eject all boarding parties in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to express disappointment. This vessel is the registered property of Captain Alex Hawthorne. I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne. I deduce from the tone of your voice that Captain Hawthorne failed to meet you at the designated location.
Ela vai detectar se eu mentir pelo jeito.
I understand. I will require some time to process this information. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand? Well done, Captain Hawthorne. I see your powers of deductive reasoning remain intact. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced. Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new Captain's Identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Do you understand?
Do you understand? Tá, Ada. Já entendi, valeu. Capitão Hawthorne, falível, gostei.
Thank you. I appreciate your cooperation. Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time. The navigation console is offline at this time, Captain.
Bora subir de nível, né? E... vamos ver o que a gente melhora. Tá, mas o que dá pra melhorar? Vai dar pra melhorar tudo? Ah, tá. Vamos em talentos? Não, eu errei. Bem-vindo à seleção de talentos. Nessa tela você pode escolher quais talentos comprar com seus pontos, beleza. Desacelera o mundo, resistência. Vou melhorar a resistência por enquanto. Tá. Tô apertando pra aplicar. Beleza. Bora voltar já então. Não vou nem explorar essa nave não, que
Say,
eu tô querendo...
this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, well, mister, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. Afraid we gotta dock your pay.
Ah, olha só, dá até pra atacar já eles, mano. Porra, que da hora, velho. Você entendeu tudo errado. Vou mentir pra ver.
I'm so sorry. I had no idea we had an inspector coming. If you'd like to speak with my manager, I report to Constable Reyes in Edgewater. Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
Fechar a conversa. Legal. Agora resta a gente saber se vai ter alguma consequência essas mentiras que a gente conta, né? Apesar que eu só contei uma até agora. Beleza, vamos lá. Devagarzinho, vamos lá. Vou chegar devagar, vou meter a espada nele. Fez barulho? Não, não fez. Beleza. Quantos tem? Tem outro ali. Eu vou catar ele por trás da pedra aqui. Ah, fica espotado no mapinha aqui. Isso facilita um pouco. Não, pra esse aqui eu pegar ele por trás eu tenho que dar uma puta de uma volta, velho. É melhor catar ele por ali, que se ele me ver... Puta, o outro não viu, beleza. Maravilha. Tem algum loot pra gente aí, mano? Nada? Nada.
Hear that?
O tiozão tá tirando, mano. Puta, vai vir vários aqui ou não? Não. E você morreu sem me deixar nada, hein, cara. Que decepção. Bora lá, bora lá, bora lá, mano. Ó, já gostei da cidadezinha. Achei bacana. O jogo... Posso estar errado, mas... Vamos conversar. Não fique passeando naquelas colinas. É território dos saqueadores, amigo. E como você sabe que eu não sou um saqueador?
For a marauder. Most of them just grunt and yell. Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls and low prices.
Não ouvi seu nome, meu nome é Thiago.
Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family.
Com quem eu converso sobre regulador de
Definitely not the
energia?
junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road. Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You a smuggler? Freelancer? Edgewater
Opa,
is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites, we rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see?
É, você quer que eu cobre o que ele deve? Posso fazer isso.
4 workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little. He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up.
Opa, já contratou então.
Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad. Yeah?
Queria te perguntar mais uma coisa.
The colony ship? Are you talking about that old rumor? Some great big starship packed full of colonists what got lost in the aether never to be found again? Ain't heard that one since I was but a stripling. Can't say it was terribly convincing far as rumors go. There a reason you asking?
É, vamos lá.
Alright, easy now. No need to get your hackles up. Maybe you've been out in the sun too long. Why don't you head over to the cantina? Get yourself some zero-G brew. It's a brew that's good for what ails you. No, this is sounding like sedition. I'm not too keen on getting clapped in irons because you wouldn't stop running your mouth. Look, I don't know what's got you caterwauling about hope this and colony that, but you need to stop, or there's gonna be trouble.
Vamos esticar a conversa, não vamos sair fora. Emerald Valley. Vale Esmeralda. Olha, até que o delay tá pouco, cara. Tô vendo aqui no notebook e até que tá de boa. Vou upar o vídeo pro YouTube depois. Se você estiver assistindo aí pelo YouTube, dá um salve. Deixa seu comentário aí. Tá? Se inscreve no canal. E... olha, pelo jeito, essa foto aí ela é de noite. Então aquilo ali são 2 luas mesmo, né? Porque não dá pra ver sol à noite. Aparentemente. Tô quase um Sherlock Holmes aqui. Vamos ver aqui. A gente pegou umas missões secundárias, não pegou? Tarefa. Ah, tá. Missão principal e tarefa. Vamos lá. Assunto de cemitério. Qual que eu... ah, tá. Beleza. Vamos fazer a missão dele depois. Vamos ficar aqui na principal por enquanto. Essa parada é muito bem feita, cara. É da hora.
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself. I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform. Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Deixa eu adivinhar. Você quer que eu faça algo para você antes de me ajudar?
My proposition benefits the both of us. Please, hear me out. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way. I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town. Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership.
E se a Adelaide não quiser
That
voltar?
is not a hypothetical I enjoy entertaining. We need Adelaide back. Nonetheless, I will settle for the return of her followers. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
Certo, Rudy. Vou ver o que posso fazer para ajudá-lo.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Claro que eu quero a ajuda dela. Vai que rola
Great. I got
negocinho,
my
né?
wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Vambora. Vamos lá, você ganhou um companheiro. Esses personagens juntam-se às suas aventuras e ajudam você em diversas formas. Mais companheiros ajudam em combate, mais as habilidades deles melhoram as suas. Eles aumentam a sua habilidade de carga. Você pode desbloquear as habilidades especiais dos companheiros em combate com a habilidade Inspiração. Saiba mais sobre seus companheiros no menu de companheiro. Pô, bacana. Se tivesse isso no Skyrim na época, seria muito top. Muito top. Não vou roubar nada aqui, senão eu vou levar tiro. Ué. Vamos lá, companheira.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
Olha, tá parecendo que tá escondendo alguma coisa, hein, linda?
Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry. Can we...
Podemos,
So,
vamos.
it's just... Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
Vamos ver, falar sobre a Adelaide.
Oh, gosh, no. She was a real important person. A flavorist. Made all the food taste decent. She used to work up in the big office with Mr. Thompson. Alls I know is she left after her son died. It was a real big to-do. I could hear them both yelling clear from my own place. Life's hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Pô, da hora. Então, aqui é o seguinte, a gente já começa a ver que se a gente quiser, a gente pode ser bem filha da puta no jogo. Pra que serve isso aqui?
Sure.
Ah, dá pra gente dar algumas ordenzinhas pra eles. Como que são tudo isso aqui? São saídas do jogo? Não entendi. Tá. Vamos fazer a secundária pra ver se ela ajuda a gente? Salva. Não salva porra nenhuma, não. Vamos ver aqui, vamos cobrar a galera que tá devendo aqui. Porque é uma missão bem filha da puta. Vocês têm que pagar pra morrer, né? Pelo que eu tô entendendo aqui. Cobrar a galera. Vamos ver o que a gente pode ganhar de recompensa já. Logo de começo no jogo. Ué. Caramba, eu poderia ter usado isso, hein, meu. Não, não é aqui, cara. O barato é alto aqui. Tinha que ser por aqui, vamos lá. 60 metros. Não, não é aqui dentro. Será que é? Descobriu isso, descobriu aquilo. Não dá pra usar o terminal. E também não sei nem pra que eu usaria um terminal. Ah tá, já chamo o primeiro devedor. Vamos lá. Ficou devendo da biqueira, né, filho? Vai,
Whatever.
paga.
Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy.
Suponho que
Foreman
você seja
Granger.
chefe.
Mind those words don't come out of your mouth unless preceded by yes or right away or thank you.
Opa.
Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill. If you're not familiar with board law, you ought to be. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame though.
Caraca.
Eugene was a good worker. Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable. Eugene wasn't family. Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines.
Caraca, véi.
Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism. I'm plenty serious. In fact, I'm a little upset Eugene didn't think things through. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice. Look around. Edgewater ain't exactly swimming in luxury. We can't afford to pay the body price of a suicide. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
Caraca. As pessoas pagam até pra morrer. Se bem que na vida real assim também, né? Meu funeral é caro pra dedéu, mano.
I've been feeling pretty low these days.
Tá com cara de que é aqui dentro.
I cut my own hair. But Conrad sells real good disinfectant.
Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness. So everyone says, until someone forgets to cough into their elbow, and then we're all dying of plague. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment. Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions.
Você está liso então.
As broke as pie crust, friend. Bitless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
Ai, não me
With
importa.
what?
Paga.
My own blood? Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies. Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers! No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions.
Te aviso se eu pensar em alguma coisa.
Much obliged.
Pensei em alguma coisa.
Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor? I am a Spacer's Choice certified surgeon, and if you must know, I can stitch a severed thumb with a 58% chance of avoiding gangrene. Go ahead. The plague's come at us with a vengeance this year. Lost 6 workers in as many months. I wouldn't call them good workers, mind you. If they were any good, they'd have been treated. Still, it is a shame.
Vocês não trocam
Company
todos os
policy,
funcionários.
friend. We don't have enough medicine to treat all of us, so we treat the best among us. Mr. Thompson's brainchild. Have you met him yet? Thoughtful-looking fellow, stares out of his office most hours. What?
Ah, legal. Então você não vai pagar. Devia ter intimidado. Olha, ó. Paga o bagulho. Você tá devendo, tiozão.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never been healthier. Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy. You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state? What? No. I mean, I might be. That depends on who's asking. Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows. Sounds like he's already told you. You may as well hear it from me. I'm dying. I'm not long for this world. The date of my expiration is fast approaching. And soon I shall be ushered through the great cannery in the skies.
Don't say that, Mr. Abernathy. You still got a couple decades in you.
I'd steer clear, Ms. Holcomb. My affliction's bound to be contagious. It's plague. Has to be. Silas knows. He knows I got one foot in my grave, and now he wants to charge me for the other one. I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see a way to freelancing for me, I could really use the help.
Qual seria o serviço?
There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me. You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, law, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it. Just keep your head down when you're in there. Marauders have taken over. Probably tracking mud all over the archives. I know that, but I got nobody else to turn to. Reed would have wrote me up. Constable would have locked me up and wrote me up. Could have gone to see the good vicar, but I never did find my courage.
Legal. Pagou o que deve.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy.
Você está cometendo um erro. Estou cometendo um erro? E aí, pagou, tiozão? Vou pagar? Não pagou, tiozão. Não vai pagar o bagulho. Uma coisa interessante é que a garota que a gente pega de companheira aí, ela interage com as missões secundárias. Isso é muito show de bola, cara. Eu achei que ela ia ficar totalmente alheia a tudo porque ela é de outra missão, né? Ela é da missão principal e ela interage com essa. Deixa eu ver o que mais tem aqui de... Ludmiller. Tem um mais longe aqui. Vamos lá cobrar isso aí, vai. Pelo jeito é fora da cidade, né? Descobriu a plataforma, mais XP, opa.
When I was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they only come but once a month. I love the wind here.
You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff.
Mano, do que você tá falando?
The coming apocalypse. Man versus machine. I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies.
Não sei do que você tá falando, cara.
Just my luck. I ask for backup and the boss sends me one of them simple folk. All right. Listen real close. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant. Clattering about. Firing at the birds. Orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing, shoulder to shoulder with the resistance?
Silas me enviou para que você pague o bagulho.
I pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling.
Ah, fornecer repelente de... Ah, tá. Dá até pra mentir.
Mechanical repellent! A stroke of inspiration from the law itself. Here, I've been saving up a couple bits for just such a project.
Bits, pelo jeito, é a moeda do jogo.
I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. Saw tuna cans, mostly. Some Spacer's chaw. Few bit cards. I'll reward you for your aid. Enlistment fees. Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the Resistance a bad name. They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. This scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back.
Já aceitei a missão, vou sair fora. Beleza, já era. Vamos voltar lá no outro e avisar que só quem não pagou foi o cabeleireiro. Cabeleireiro não, médico, né, na verdade. É que ele tem cara de cabeleireiro. Se é que vocês me entendem. Olha que da hora, cara. Não é aquele gráfico monstro, né? Mas é bacana, mano.
Hey,
E aí, tiozão?
Come for a visit?
Not today. Just helping this fella.
Olha que da hora, ela interage com ele, mano.
Lovely to see you about, Miss Parvati.
Things going all right, Silas?
Been keeping him careful and true, miss. Best to ask her yourself.
My dad's buried here. Silas watches over him when I can't leave the house. Oh. Well, thanks.
Something I can do for you? You run into any trouble? Conrad's barbershop is a yawning pit that swallows his every bit. I keep telling him he should cut a few corners, skimp out on the disinfectant. You gotta put the squeeze on Conrad. Find some dirt on him. Maybe check his back room. That's the word, extortion. Been on the tip of my tongue all day.
Então tem que extorquir o tiozão lá, então. Só falta ele, cara. Vamos extorquir, fazer o que tiver que fazer pra fazer a primeira missão do jogo. A primeira side mission, né, na verdade. Ou, se vocês preferirem, side quest. Olha, até o momento tô gostando do jogo. A gente vai fazer uma missão e aí no meio dela a gente já descola outra missão secundária que parece ser bem interessante, bem bacana. Os personagens também bem interessantes também. Essa garota aí também parece ter um background meio triste, que o pai dela morreu e tal. A burocracia da cidade, uma parada meio revolução industrial, não sei o que, e aquele ódio ao capitalismo que os esquerdistas adoram. É, cara, o capitalismo tá acabando com a cidade, mano.
What do you think you're doing?
Opa, mentir. Não, não posso matar ele. Puta, eu tenho esses 46 bits, velho. Tava em vermelho, eu ramelei, mano. Mentir, então?
Do what you want, I guess.
Acho que funcionou. O recepcionista se matou e isso é péssimo. A empresa vai ter que chamar isso pelo nome. Destruição de propriedade. Pelo jeito os funcionários dessas premissas parciais devem ver isso como propriedade, né? Eugênio era... Ah, tá, tô falando de Eugênio, era um ativo. Alguém pagar o preço pelo corpo dele. Isso vai arruinar a gente. Então eu estava pensando em penhorar os clientes dele. Eugênio tinha um conjunto completo de dentes de ouro, a herança da família ou algo do tipo. Você vai processar o corpo dele, né? Então, se cavar, arrancar os dentes, a gente vende eles na moita. Usa os bits para pagar o preço pelo corpo e ninguém fica sabendo. O que você acha? Não responda por escrito. Melhor ainda, nem fala comigo. Só me faz um sinal na próxima vez que me ver. Balança as sobrancelhas. Olha só. Olha só, rapaz. Descolei, hein, mano.
You know about Eugene?
Opa.
How? Then, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's gold teeth. I didn't approve of the idea then, and I don't approve of it now. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave. More than a few. Those teeth were his personal savings. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I?
Pode.
Are you asking rhetorically? Because if you're being serious... Ugh, gross.
Desperate measures, Miss Holcomb. Desperate measures. I'm going to have to ask Silas to dig up those teeth. It's the only way I'm paying my gravesite fees. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU.
Vamos escavar esse negócio do Eugene.
Eugene was not a suicide. He put a bullet in his brain, yes, but that's largely a technicality. I was the one who prepared Eugene's body for interment. I discovered symptoms of the plague on his corpse, and I discovered medicine in his pocket. Lots of medicine. Eugene overdosed on adrenatime, which is known to cause psychosis and paranoia as possible side effects. The paranoia drove him to take his own life. We can all thank our lucky stars that young Eugene was hopped up on medication and suffered its predictable side effect. I included it all in my official report. I'd like to think I saved Edgewater a great deal of money. We never could have paid the fines associated with a suicide.
Beleza, terminamos aqui então a primeira side quest. Vamos lá então. Acho que daqui a pouco eu vou encerrar, tá passando Manchester City Chelsea, baita jogaço, e eu tô aqui fazendo live. Vamos lá entregar a parada. E aí, tiozão?
Yeah?
Não, não era isso.
You run into any trouble? Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to. Abernathy was sick? With the plague? That's disgusting. I shook hands with the guy. I needed his fees because of his name. A for Abernathy. He was at the top of my list, you see? And I'll buy you a drink sometime. Suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another.
Lógico, né, cara? Dá uma graninha a mais aí, né, tiozão? Ah, tá. Qual é a missão que eu tô agora? Certo, matar o robô, concluída, assunto de cemitério. Arruinadas tem alguma? Acho que não. Quase arruinei uma ali agora. Morra, robô. Olha, acho que uma missãozinha concluída. O jogo diz que salva automático, mas eu vou salvar também. E eu vou encerrar por aqui agora, até para o vídeo não ficar muito longo também. 1 hora e pouquinho. Tá bom demais já. Jogo salvo com sucesso. Vou mandar um abraço aí para todo mundo que assistiu. Se gostou, se inscreve no canal aí. Se não gostou, se inscreve também. Deixa o dislike, me xinga. E falou, valeu, manos. Abraço.